Hello fellow neurodivergents and allies to our community. Uh, Welcome to the Neuro Pride Ireland. I hope you've been enjoying your time so far. Um, my name is Siobhan, and today we're gonna spend a few minutes together to review and debunk some myths about autism. Um, Not all of them, because there's a lot of work to do. There are some crazy one out there. Um, and I won't be alone to debunk the myths. But I selected a bunch of them that are amongst the most common, most irritating, and harmful to a community, I'll say. So let's get started. We've got some work to do. Alright, myth number one to debunk in this video: the autistic look. Um, yeah, there's no such thing as a autistic look. I'm not even sure what that means. And yeah, not really sure what neurotypicals mean by that, but nobody looks autistic, strictly speaking. Autism is a neurological condition, meaning it's a different hardwiring of the brain. So unless you have Superman's X-ray vision, I guess, it's not visible on the outside. Like, no. So, and especially not to neurotypicals. I say that because most of us who are autistic, we can quite often spot whether autistic fellows, whether diagnosed or not diagnosed. But yeah, it's just because, well, we know how we are and why the way we are. So yeah, we can spot a few things, but that doesn't mean that there's such thing as an autistic look. There's not. So anyway, if you are neurotypical, even if you have a cousin who's autistic, or you watch Rain Man or Atypical, Big Bang Theory, The Bridge, whatever, it's still very unlikely that you will be able to spot an actual autistic person. So please stop trying. Stop diagnosing or undiagnosing people. Stop saying that this person looks autistic. And above all, stop using the word autist as a slur. It's mean, it's offensive, and it's just wrong. So please stop this one. Yeah, stop all of that I say. Just no. Myth number two that we're gonna debunk together is the autistic people don't feel emotions. Yeah, I'm really puzzled about that one too, because I mean, autistic people often have meltdowns, which is basically when your brain gets overwhelmed with emotions. So how can one have a meltdown if we don't feel emotion? I mean, autistic people, we're not robots. We are people. Yeah, autistic people, there's people. So I don't know, just because we are different and we don't express our feelings or emotions the same way as neurotypicals, yeah, it doesn't mean that we don't feel anything. I mean, we're still, living creators after all. So yeah, we do feel a lot actually. Myth number three: autistic people have no empathy. This one just, yeah, I really love this one. for two reasons mostly. A, because it's kind of connected to the one we just saw before, the autistic people don't feel emotions, and B, because it's often said by actually the most unempathetic people I've ever met. Like, often I hear such offensive and just wrong stereotype from people who actually have no empathy. Neurotypicals who don't seem to understand what it is. They were not gifted with it. So I don't know. It just feels kind of funny. Again, just because we react and express ourselves differently doesn't mean that we don't have any empathy. Some of us actually we have much more than neurotypicals. Again, and I'm not saying that as like it's a contest or anything. It's just I'm just saying that because it's becoming problematic. Some of us we feel so much of others' pain, of other people's pain, that we get overwhelmed and we stop functioning because our brains just shut down. You know, it's overwhelmed, it's just too much. So it's just not true. Again, it's a myth and quite offensive one. I mean, they all offensive, but I don't know. This one I really irritates me. So anyway, let's move to the fourth one. And so the fourth one, I added it a little bit for fun, although it is a myth that we hear quite often. But it's not so harmful, but it is just a little bit annoying. And it mostly comes from misrepresentation of autistic people in the media. So it's the idea that autistic people are all math geniuses. Yeah, I say it was for fun. Yeah, so again, it is true. That it is a total myth. No, we are not all good at math. Actually, I personally was the worst math student in my entire career at school. Most of my former math teacher actually used to make fun of me in front of the whole class. So as an example of like what you shouldn't do, or like just someone who really sucks at that. So, and I was actually discussing this with my autistic friends. I have a few, and inside of our group, there's just one of us who is actually good at math. So, yeah, the rest of us we're not good and we don't care about it. I mean, not like we just don't. It's just it doesn't make sense, and it's definitely not a specific interest. So you would actually have better chances speaking Chinese to me, because I actually learned a little bit of Chinese. That asking me to solve an equation, and I'm really not exaggerating. I mean, I'm 32 and I still cannot solve a division. I never understood why the numbers go. This just I don't know where does digits go, or like no idea. I don't understand. Makes no sense to me. Anyway, alright. So we'll stop here because as I said, there will be other contributors who will be there to debunk other myths with you. So stay tuned to learn some more, and I hope you enjoyed this. And if you did enjoy listening to me debunking myth, and you want to see me for some more, I have a YouTube channel actually where I do that in more details, and I try to add a little bit more fun when I can. It's called Siobhan the Aspiering, with the E between the I and the R. So feel free to go check it out and subscribe so you can see my upcoming videos. Alright. Thank you. Bye.